Good morning, class. I am here again with a with the continuation of the topic reproduction in organism, chapter 1, class 12, and this is going to be the part 6. I am your biology educator, Hare Krishna Bhagvat. Now let's see. In this part, we are going to discuss about the reproduction, the asexual mode of reproduction in animals, and in this part we will discuss about the regeneration and parthenogenesis. And if you will remember that in the previous lessons we had completed the different modes of asexual reproduction in animals, which included the fission, fragmentation, budding, and in this part we are going to discuss about the regeneration and parthenogenesis. Now, what the regeneration is? In this method, under mechanical stress, when the body of an organism divides into two or more parts, then each part regenerates its lost body part. Example is planaria. Now let me explain it in detail. It is an advanced process than fragmentation. You might remember the definition of fragmentation. The fragmentation and regeneration seems similar because in both, when the body divides under mechanical stress in two or more parts, then each part behaves as a new individual. Am I right? But here, in that very case, in the fragmentation, it's true to say that each part behaves as a new individual and it doesn't needs the lost body part. But here in this case, regeneration is an advanced process in which if the body part is get lost or get divided into two or more parts, then each part generates as a whole new organism with all the essential parts which are required to be there within it. Let's cite an example of it. Suppose if there is fragmentation in, suppose, house lizard, and suppose by any mechanical stress it still cuts off, then if fragmentation will take place, then the lizard itself as a whole body except the tail will be an new individual, and the tail which is get detached from the body will behaves as a new organism if it is under fragmentation. But it is not like that. It is a regeneration in which the body, when the loss of a tail takes place within the body makes the tails, because body can't survive without tail. But contrary, the tail is not going to make the whole body. But in case of planaria, because the example that I had cited is very advanced form of regeneration is present in lizards, but here in case of planaria, if you will divide the body of a planaria into 200 pieces, then each piece generates its lost body part. So this is the highest level of regeneration that is present among these animals. As you know, the planaria belongs to phylum Platyhelminthes. Now, so this process is more advanced and different from fragmentation. Now let's come to the next topic, that is parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis is a very advanced mode of reproduction. Not exactly it is a mode of reproduction, but it is a process to generate a new individual. without the help of anyone. This word parthenogenesis is derived from Greek word parthenos, means virgin, and genesis means origin. Means what? It is the mode of reproduction in which female egg or ovum develops as a new individual without the union of male gametes or fertilization. Look, here virgin word is used usually for those female who had never indulged in a sexual act, because we know that in a sexual reproduction there must be a union of male and female organ and their gametes must be takes place. This condition is called virgin, and once the female is got fertilized, then she loses her virginity. But here in this case, without union of male gamete, the egg develops into a new young one. This is very important. And never get confused with another term that is related with parthenogenesis. It is called parthenocarpy. Parthenocarpy is the formation of fruit or the development of fruit without fertilization, means that type of fruit in which there is no seed, and it is not a mode of reproduction. Remember always, it is not a mode of any mode. It is not a mode of reproduction in any organism, neither in plants, neither in animals. So parthenocarpy is just a development of fruit, and here parthenogenesis is the development of a whole new organism from a gamete cell. For example, if you will cite a very common example to it, so it is mostly seen among all the insects, but the most cited example is in case of honeybee. When a honeybee hive is get harbored by more than 5 to 6 lakhs individuals, then anyone which start to takes, usually the queen in a hive is only fertile female and other female are non-fertile. So when any female used to take that royal jelly or the honey, they become fertile, and she then it goes to another place and she leaves the hive and she started to a suitable place which is get started to a new comb formation. She started to make firstly 2 or 3 chambered hive in which she started to lay eggs. These eggs, which are N, that is haploid, having single set of chromosome, get developed into young ones that become male or drones. And these males, then here the female starts to continue laying eggs. These males start to fertilize his mother egg, and by the fertilization of these egg becomes female. Means in this case the male is homozygote and the female is heterozygote, or the female, you may say that haploid, the male is haploid and the female is diploid, having 2 set of chromosome. So this is a mode of reproduction, as you say. Now the individual which get birth from this process of parthenogenesis are called parthenoids. This is very important that it is often asked that what are parthenoids. So the parthenoids are those organisms which are get birth from the parthenogenesis, and the parthenoids are of 2 types, that is haploid parthenogenesis as in case of honeybee males or drones, and diploid parthenoids as in case of Mexican whiptail female lizard. Here, a very interesting example that I have cited, that in case of Mexican whiptail female lizard, female always looks for a male partner. But if she doesn't have a male partner, then what she does? Two female comes together and and behaves as a courtship process and behaves as a male, and both initiates the formation of egg and within their body, and the fertilization take place, but here the union of gametes takes place, means two female gametes get united and a 2n, that is diploid egg formation takes place, and again this takes birth in the form of female, and this female is as a clone of her mother. So this is one of the way to continue the race without variation, till that the female is not getting any opportunity to have a new variation. Now this is all about the parthenogenesis. Now come to the checkpoints. Now here is differentiate between fragmentation and regeneration. This question is very important, so cite an example of it, and you must go through it. And how exogenous budding is different from endogenous budding, this is also a very important, and in a list the major advantages and disadvantages of parthenogenesis. So this is also a very important question. Let's hope for the best and try to answer these questions. And till then, thank you for listening carefully, and I will be tomorrow with the next topic, and thank you. Till then,